Hey everyone, so this is a review for pregnancy week 16. Today I'm 17 weeks. I have a list again to keep myself on track. I'm going to start out with symptoms because I've had an increase in symptoms over the past week. Probably my main complaint would be back pain, and it's not lower back pain. It's like the middle, kind of like where my bra is. And it just hurts really, really bad. So I don't know if it's the way I've been sitting. I'm not really sure. But it's just, I can walk around for a while and my back starts hurting, the middle of my back. I can sit for a while. The only thing that seems to help is laying down. And it hasn't hurt today, but I've really been trying to do more of my yoga. Because I'm assuming it's related to pregnancy, maybe like how my center of gravity is changing and causing me to, maybe hunch more or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, nosebleeds is another one. My nose has bled like 2 or 3 times, and that could be due to cold weather also, but I never get nosebleeds usually, so I'm pretty sure it is just because of pregnancy. And it just, it's like my nose is running, so I blow my nose and it's blood. And that's happened a few times. I've been having breakouts. I don't know if you can see them on the camera or not, but I can't see them. But I look like this big. I'm like an inch by an inch on my computer screen right now, so I can't really see anything on my face. My video camera wasn't working. So luckily it just magically started working so I can make this video today. I couldn't make it yesterday. Anyway, off track. Let's see here. Breakouts. I've had breakouts. I even had one on my zit. And I thought, I was like, oh, is that a fever blister? I've never had a fever blister before. But it was just like a blemish and it went away. But I've had a lot of blemishes. Let's see. Can't concentrate. That's gotten way worse. And I've noticed, well, Evan has noticed, rather, my husband, that on my Facebook or on YouTube, I seem to have a lot of grammatical errors, and, when I'm typing out a message or replying back to somebody, I read it before I send it to make sure it makes sense and make sure I've spelled everything correctly. And if I don't know how to spell something, I always Google it. I just don't want to sound like a moron when I'm speaking to other people. And, I swear to you, everything looks perfectly, it just looks perfect. And Evan's like, the other day, I had like 3 or 4, I had like replied to some of the people on YouTube, and he is like, you spelled your, instead of you are, your, with apostrophe R-E, you spelled it Y-O-U-R, Usually I would catch things like that myself anyway, but pregnancy, no, I'm not catching them. So it's kind of funny in a way. There was something else I did that was really dumb, and I can't remember what it was now. I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot to mention, I stopped my Prometrium because I was taking Prometrium with this pregnancy to maintain the pregnancy. And I want to say I stopped taking it 15 weeks. It was maybe like 3 weeks ago Friday, I want to say, that I quit taking the Prometrium. And I was so afraid to quit taking the Prometrium. And I actually took it longer than you were supposed to. Some doctors say you can quit taking it at 12 weeks. My doctor said, you can take it till 14 weeks. And, but I took it till like 15 weeks in a few days. I just finished out my bottle, and they said that was okay to do that. And then I was just really afraid after I quit it that something was going to happen to the pregnancy, because it's like my crutch, the Prometrium, especially in my mind, it was like my crutch. Like, that's what was getting me through this pregnancy, and although I've read so many things, you know, women taking Prometrium and they stop taking it and everything's fine, and I haven't read where it wasn't fine. I just, you know, it was really hard to let go of taking that. But anyway, I needed to. I mean, I guess you could continue taking it if you really wanted to, but it saved us like $50 a month for me to quit taking it. It was really expensive. Let's see. I also bought maternity pants, and I actually bought a couple before we went to California for Christmas. My pants just weren't buttoning. I could get the belly band or the whatever it is. I probably will, so I can still wear some of my old jeans, so I'm not spending so much money on maternity pants. But maternity pants actually are really comfortable, I think. I bought 2 pair. I haven't bought any more maternity clothes since then. I don't really think I'm showing that much to be able to. I think I just look like I've gained a few pounds. I don't have like a nice little cute belly yet to be wearing maternity pants or shirts. Fetal movement. I definitely felt it at 16 weeks and 1 day. Was when I knew for sure I felt it. Now, there were times, I want to say towards the end of the 13th week and 14th week, and I know they're like, oh, it's your first pregnancy, so you probably won't feel it. I won't know what it feels like. Well, I'm very in tune with my body, and not saying that most people aren't, but I've heard that if you are more in tune with your body, like I feel every little ache and pain and complain about it, that kind of thing, that you're more likely to feel it earlier. I don't know if that makes any sense, and it probably isn't true. I'm probably just making that up. But I felt like little twitches every once in a while or something. And I was thinking, well, maybe that's my uterus twitching or something. You know, I never felt it before. It wasn't gas. I remember being in California, and I was like almost 14 weeks. I was like 13 and 14 weeks in California. And I remember it was only when I sat still those earlier parts when I felt that. And I felt it during the 15th week, just occasionally. I mean, it wasn't every day. It was just like maybe once a week I felt something real quick by the time I felt it. But by the time I felt it, I was like, whoa, what was that? You know, and it was hard to kind of recall what that felt like, you know, or where it was, you know. But 16 weeks and 1 day for sure I felt, I wouldn't necessarily say it was fluttering feeling, but it was like bubbly, like bunch of bubbles, or like a twinge or something. And I have been feeling little pokes and nudges. And one day on my left side I felt like the little, like the real quick like twitch, or maybe I guess fluttering, it kind of makes sense. And then immediately after on the right side I felt like a poke. So I don't know if like the upper part of the baby like flipped and then it kicked. I'm not really sure. But it's really cool. And so for about 4 days before I got that ultrasound Saturday, I felt them like the same time every day. Little flutters, little nudges. And then the day we got the ultrasound and the day since, I haven't felt him as much. I have been feeling like in class. I just got back from class, and I was sitting there, and he would nudge me a few times real quick, and they're real subtle. But, you know, I only really feel it when I'm sitting real still. It is really cool. So, we did get the ultrasound, and we paid like $100 to go to this place that does ultrasounds for you. And it was really neat, and it was worth it because our doctor's office won't let us record, and we wanted to have a video for our family to see. And I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we found out it was a boy. And it was very obvious it was a boy. And within like, I would say a minute and a half of her like looking around, I had been YouTubing or looking up on YouTube videos like 16, 17 weeks and the gender, so I could kind of see what to expect. And right away I saw the boy part, and I was like, it's a boy. And then the little ultrasound tech was like, oh, are you trying to be an expert now? And I was like, well, no, but there's a boy part, you know. And it was really obvious. So she's like, well, I like to look at it 3 different angles, 3 different ways before I tell you the gender. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I wasn't surprised when she typed, it's a boy. So it was a really long ultrasound session. It was 18 minutes. So thanks for watching that, you guys, and commenting on that. We're really excited it was a boy. That's what we both wanted because we had a name picked out. And speaking of names, I know a lot of YouTubers do like contests on, oh, if it's a boy or girl, you guys would guess, and then they would give you a prize if you guessed it. Or so I didn't want to do that because it's just boy or girl is all you're guessing. You know, it doesn't really seem that fun to me. Not that it's anything to take away from the contest that other people have. But what I want to do is also make it easier, because I know a lot of those girls are having to go back and change people's answers who on that one website, which I'm going to go on and make an account where you guys can guess. Obviously, you're going to be given as this boy. That way I don't have to go through and change everybody's answers. And you just guess like the height, weight, the time they're born, the day they're born, that kind of thing. And so at the end, there'll be a contest for that. But since I didn't do like a gender contest, I'm going to do guess his name contest. I've had his name picked out since the winter of 2008. It's probably around November 2008. I knew when I was going to have a boy, I was going to name him this. And I just like fell in love with the name. And so I'll do another video explaining more detail the contest and what you'll win. This will only be for subscribers, the contest, and obviously my family who watched this video cannot join in this contest, or even if I have friends who know the name that are subscribed, local friends, you cannot do the contest because it's not fair. You know his name. So yeah, I'll do that contest like coming up, and then obviously by the time he's born there'll be another contest of who guessed closest to date and weight and height and that kind of stuff. Let's see here. The only negative thing in that ultrasound, she said that he looked healthy. The only, of course, she's not like a doctor. It's not a doctor's office, but she knows what she's looking at. And she said that I had like my placenta is like partially covering my cervix, and that's called partial placenta previa. And she said that's pretty common, and it looks like the placenta is growing up the uterus like it's supposed to with the uterus, and that it should move away from my cervix. And she just told me to mention that when I go February 3rd for the anatomy scan. And so I'm going to do that. Hopefully it will move away. If not, it could be a big deal. She said don't like freak out if you see spotting, because it's going to irritate the placenta, it being over the cervix, and could cause bleeding. But just not be surprised. But if I see any bleeding, I'm going to the emergency room. So that's just as simple as that's going to be. You know, I mean, I don't care if I know what the cause is or not. Let's see here. I guess I talked about everything. The only other thing is we haven't bought anything for the baby yet. We're going to wait a little bit longer maybe. Maybe till next scan. My husband is still kind of, we're going to do cloth diapering. And I was looking up cloth diapers and stuff, and one thing I want to do is, one I want to try for sure is the pre-folds with the diaper covers. And since I'm going to be at home with it, might as well try to save money and do that. It's not going to hurt me to do that. And you know, I've been really anxious to buy stuff for the baby, and Evan is just really, he's kind of, you know, has his, I guess, reservations about buying stuff right now. He's afraid he's going to jinx us, that kind of thing. We do have a few things, not necessarily that we bought for the baby, things we bought for the nursery and stuff. But, and I understand, but like I told him, at some point, we have got to start buying stuff. We can't wait for, you know, 2 months till it's born, or a month till it's born to start buying everything. That's going to be stressful. Trying to get everything last minute financially. So, you know, like we need to start now, getting a little bit at a time. So, I was looking at cloth diapers. So, I was going to ask that if any of you are have done cloth diapering. I am subscribed to the cloth diaper channel. I haven't watched all the videos. I do need to watch some of those. But if any of you that watch my videos have cloth diapered and have any advice, or especially like the brands or where to get them, that would be greatly appreciated. And I think that's everything. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next week.